Hi, I'm Rob Lyons and I'm honored to serve as your city manager. Murfreesboro operates under a council manager form of government, and let's talk maybe about the first part of that equation, which is our city council. Our city council is our elected leadership. They really provide the direction and vision for our community. They're elected by our residents for 4-year terms, and they approve the budget, they approve all our ordinances, and really do set the tone for where our community is going to go in the future. In turn, the City Council appoints a city manager, which is a position I hold, to be the day-to-day operations manager of the city, in effect serving something like a CEO of the organization. So the city manager is responsible for all of the day-to-day operations, putting the budget together, hiring all of our city employees with lots of help from our great department heads. So in a sense, I'm responsible for what happens day in and day out under the leadership and guidance of the City Council. One of the things I really love about my job is no 2 days are ever the same. I literally can go from answering a call from a resident about a missed garbage pickup to talking to a company that may bring several hundred jobs to our city and everything in between. So it's the day-to-day service issues, but it really also looks at some of the long-range issues facing our community, whether it be traffic or drainage or new projects, new developments. And then also, working with our city departments about things that do need to come forward to our city council. I think one of the things the citizens expect first is that the checkbook is right. And Murfreesboro has got a great reputation about solid financial footing. We are a growing community. We've had a lot of pressure for new projects, but because of the city council's leadership and good financial stewardship, we continue to bring a balanced budget to the city council, and at the end of each budget year, we don't spend everything that was budgeted. We really do watch the dollars and cents. We know that's important to our residents, and as a result, Murfreesboro is in an extremely strong financial position, even though we've experienced tremendous growth. I think there's a number of secrets to the success. Clearly, Middle Tennessee is on everybody's radar right now. From a location standpoint, this is a place people want to be, and they want to be here because our quality of life is excellent. We've got great housing, excellent schools, and available jobs. All those ingredients put together make Middle Tennessee a very attractive environment. Our City Council's first goal is safe and livable neighborhoods. That's reflected in our budget every year because we know if our neighborhoods are safe and the economic climate here is strong, that investment that others bring to our community is going to continue. Additionally, we've got a very strong retail base, and that has helped take some of the pressure off our finances because people come to spend money here, and that now is our #1 source of revenue in the city, after which actually is now more than the property tax. Property taxes in Murfreesboro have not been raised in a long time. One of the things I find interesting when I talk to community groups is, I'll ask them, how much would you pay per month for the city services? The city services being 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week protection from our police department and fire departments, both of which are award-winning, our roads, our parks, our schools, the economic development efforts. What would you pay per month for that? And it's always interesting the responses I get because everyone's used to writing their monthly mortgage payment, their cell phone bill, their cable TV bill, their electric bill. And when I ask them what the average house in Murfreesboro pays for that, I get guesses all over the board, but in Murfreesboro, the average house pays about $45 per month in property taxes. So I really think that shows the great value that we're giving to our residents when you start thinking about some of those other bills that you have to write and the services that you get from the city of Murfreesboro. I think that quality of life piece really is the result of everybody's help and not just our city employees. This is a community that gives a lot. We've got people here that volunteer quickly, that help others. There's great help agencies here in our city and people that really love Murfreesboro, and so they really create that great environment for this community to be as successful as it is. And then for our city staff, we've really embraced that culture of customer service. We know how important it is to deliver great services, and we're going to strive to continue to do that every day. We train on it, we hold people accountable to it, and when they fall short, we'll step back and do some coaching and correcting. But it really does become a team effort. It's not one person's responsibility, but it's certainly been something that's been shared by all of us. We really do want to make the ability to get services from the city easy. So we've worked hard to have that 24-hour presence on our website. People can call, visit, email their city council or the city departments if they know where the complaint needs to go. But at the end of the day, if someone needs help from our community, there's ways for them to reach out and ask for help. I think one of the things that really has made Murfreesboro stand out from other communities is the collaboration and teamwork. It's been collaboration and teamwork with our business community, our downtown, the Chamber of Commerce, our city council, our city staff. Everybody pitches in to make this community great. As I talk to my peers in other communities, they don't always enjoy that same level of cooperation and teamwork. There can be divisiveness and disagreement and conflict. And while that's natural in any public process, Murfreesboro has always been able to rise above and really hold itself to a higher standard. And that has resulted in great things for our community. We're the envy of many, but as city manager, while we're grateful for that success, what I challenge our staff all the time is, we can't be satisfied where we're at. We always got to try to get better. There's always room to grow and room to improve. And that's one of the things we want to say to our residents. If we are falling short, we want to hear from you. Please give the city manager a call, and we'll see what we can do to help resolve that. And we certainly appreciate it when residents come up to myself or our staff and tell them what a great job that they're doing. It means a lot.
My name is Jim Crumley. I'm the Assistant City Manager. I've worked for the City of Murfreesboro now for 5 years. Prior to that, I served 2 other Tennessee cities as City Manager and spent a large number of years as the Chief Financial Officer for another Tennessee city. My background primarily was finance, and so when I came here, I did what I knew to do, which means I jumped in with budget and I jumped in with the financial operations, particularly on the debt management side. Since then, Rob has redefined the roles of myself and of Shannon Logan, our assistant to the city manager, to where we now have some functional responsibility with various departments. I took the departments that I have less familiarization with and some that I know some about. So I'm overseeing helping with planning, odd things like our airport and our golf course that have particular personal interests to me, parks and recreation, several other departments that have day-to-day functional responsibilities that come to me instead of to Rob Lyons. Our department heads are really terrific. We're blessed with having experienced people in those department head roles and people who are very technically competent in their fields. So really for me, trying to build a relationship and build a bridge with the departments that Rob has assigned to me, it's really been more of a support function. I've been asking them, what do you need from administration? What can we help you with? And in turn, what I'm learning is that they're pretty self-sufficient. They're used to making decisions, and they're used to making good decisions without having city administration fully involved in every decision that they make. I don't hear from folks in the community that have really broad negative issues about where Murfreesboro's headed. Most of the phone calls that we see are very specific and deal with some service that we've failed to provide or somehow have not been at the right place at the right time. And those very specific instances, I think we do a good job of trying to respond to people and trying to make right. If we've made a mistake, we will fix it. That's just the way our organization's put together. From a general perspective, I think most people are pretty happy with Murfreesboro. You don't see our community having an exodus of people of any type, no age brackets, no generational things. You see Murfreesboro growing and growing pretty much in all the demographic and age brackets. Part of that is obviously the growth of Middle Tennessee, but the rest of it, I think, is the character and feel that people get when they move to Murfreesboro. You get the feel, if you live in certain areas, of being a college town. You get the feel of being a fairly cosmopolitan place if you're out around the avenues. You get the feel for a hometown still. I think if you're downtown around the square or up on East Main Street, I think there's a lot of communities in Murfreesboro that relate differently and how they feel. It's a wonderful place to live. It's a very affordable place to live. I think the city offers great value for the property taxes and the other fees that we collect to the people who live here. Very few communities offer the levels of service that we do in terms of not only police and fire protection, but picking up your garbage and picking up your brush, and if you need street repair, being able to call and get on a list where you know within 24 to 48 hours a crew's going to be there to solve that little problem. I really think we offer terrific value to the people who live here. The 6 budgets that I've had to work with here in Murfreesboro have all been different. If you go back to 2009, we're working on the budget for 2010. And the painfulness of that budget, where we had to lay off 15 employees, permanently changed level of service and some of the things that we offered the community. It was a reflection of the time, and I'm glad that our organization and our city council both agreed that we did need to pull back, that we did need to look hard at the services we offer and maybe reduce in certain areas. Now the city is pretty much through that hard time of having to cut back and look hard at the services we offer, and we're seeing growth again, and growth that you see in the community, be it new stores, be it new homes, builds revenue for the city. I think it's actually tougher sometimes to budget when you have new money coming in. When you have to say no to everybody, it gets easy. Well, now we've got some options, and so we have to be much more careful at where we place this new money to make sure that we continue that record of stability over a long period of time, of not having to ask folks for additional tax rates or service fees, but that we also accomplish some of the things that the community needs, whether it's new roads or whether it's a new school or whether it's new technology. We're just like every other business. We have to continue to make those investments in order to be efficient in the future. You know, we do operate in sometimes a vacuum. People think we can read minds, and we're no better at reading minds than anyone else. It's very helpful to us to have folks call and tell us what they see. We've got lots of eyes in the community, and they see things differently than we do, and it's very, very beneficial to us to have the advantage of them giving us their knowledge and what they see in situations. When we're not in the office for whatever reason, things don't stop running. We have tremendous support with Kenya Tigg manning our front desk. There are very few things that Kenya cannot deal with. Sometimes she'll need to wait till Rob, Shannon, or myself are here to verify things. But there are very few issues that Kenya hasn't seen and hasn't had some experience with, and know how to direct it so that people get the help they want. When we're away, the city still runs pretty efficiently with Kenya at the helm.
Well, my name is Shannon Logan, and I'm the assistant to the city manager with the city of Murfreesboro. I've been with the city for 8 years, previously serving in the city's planning department, and I've been a member of the city's administrative team for 3 years. My role is essentially I work with the city manager and the assistant city manager, and together the three of us manage the day-to-day operations of the city. We also kind of oversee the administrative functions of the city, and my role is to obviously support the city manager in trying to accomplish the goals and objectives of the City Council and the City Manager and the citizens of Murfreesboro and what they want to see happen for the city. Well, presently, I oversee 6 departments, work with the public works departments, such as fleet, solid waste department, water and sewer, also community development and communications. And my role is to be their go-to person in the city manager's office. That way, each department knows that they have a connection directly to the city manager's office. And so that's one of the things that I do on a daily basis. And so trying to learn about all of the different aspects that these departments do, and they're so different, and there's so many different components to running a city government. We have over 950 full-time employees. We have 22 departments. So when you're trying to really manage that kind of organization, it's like a large, a lot of people say, well, it's like a business. It is to a certain extent, but there's so many different components that make up that business, and so many different various subjects and subject matter experts, and I find it fascinating. I love it. It's what I always wanted to do. I love working with a community. I'm a big proponent of the City of Murfreesboro. I always try to promote it any way I can, whether that's through working with our Chamber of Commerce or with potential clients that maybe have an interest in Murfreesboro, or even potential community members. You would be surprised. In my role, I do a lot of community outreach. I do a lot of work within the community. I oversee our Citizens Academy, which is a great way for our community to learn about Murfreesboro. But through my role, I get a lot of emails, a lot of inquests just from people around the country that are interested in moving to Murfreesboro. They want to live in Murfreesboro. I think people would be surprised by the number of outside interest in Murfreesboro that truly exists. You get the benefit of being in a hot market with Nashville, obviously, but Murfreesboro has its own true identity, which I love, its own community where you don't ever have to leave Murfreesboro for anything if you don't want to. I love people. I'm a people person. I enjoy being in a role where I get to interact a lot with people. And so that's one of the things that I really like about this position, is that I get to work with our employees, but I also get to work with the community and, trying to promote all of the really good things that I feel happen in this community. I face different issues every day. Some days are full of people angry about something, and that's okay. We need to be able to address that. And some days are issues of, how are we going to improve our community? And some days are issues of people just saying, thank you, I feel so blessed to be in this community. So I deal with all kinds of different issues, and every one of them important to the person that issue is facing. One of the things that I've been working on, obviously, with the city is the 2035 plan. That's a big plan for the city manager and the city council. And my job is to try to be in the background and coordinate a lot of the things that need to happen with that. One of the things that I do in my job is always look for avenues where we can improve public engagement. How do you really get your public to participate? People no longer want to go and sit in meeting rooms and talk like they used to. They want to communicate through social media. They want to communicate through websites. Sometimes they just want to come in and meet with you in person in the office. And my door's always open if people want to do that. You can go talk to community groups, obviously, is a good way to do that, and making presentations and being involved. And obviously, I try to be involved in as many things as I can. One of the things that I would encourage people to do is become involved in your community, and don't be afraid to ask questions, and don't be afraid to speak your mind. I know that we do a lot of good things here at the community. I would encourage everyone to consider participating in Citizens Academy, or do the police Citizens Academy or our Fire Department Citizens Academy, because that's where you truly get an opportunity to learn exactly some of the things that we do here at the city, all of the various departments, and you get to interact with the employees. And that's really a great way to learn about some of the things that this city is doing. So I would encourage people to come out and learn. But if that's something that doesn't interest you, I would also encourage people to come out and engage with the city staff. Whether that is you want to call us, email us, interact with us through the website. We have a citizen suggestion form on the website. Whatever you feel more comfortable with, I would invite you to want to come in and really reach out to your community leaders, because we want you to do that. We want to hear what you want to say. We want to know how you feel about issues. If you've got suggestions, please, by all means, send them to the city manager. He loves it. Some of the best ideas come from our community members. And if they want to be involved in 2035, we've got the 2035 newsletter that we would encourage you to sign up for, which is just murfreesboro2035.com. Or you can email the city manager, or you can email to borough2035@murfreesboro.tn.gov if you've got questions or want more information. That I would invite you to come out to. We'll have more community meetings coming up at the beginning of the year in 2015. I would encourage you to participate in those. All meetings are open to the public. I would encourage the community even to just come out and sit in a city council meeting. I understand, we can watch it on TV, but it is, you kind of miss some of the dynamics if you don't actually get to see it in person. And so I would encourage the community, if you have an opportunity, go to a Parks and Recreation Commission and learn about all exciting things they're doing. Go to the Planning Commission and learn about all the new and exciting things that are going to be coming before Murfreesboro, or about rezonings or projects that you may have an interest in, especially those that may affect you and your neighborhood. There's a lot of ways that you can learn about city government, and if you need help getting started or you don't feel comfortable with getting started on that, reach out to me. I'm at slogan@murfreesboro.tn.gov. It's slogan@murfreesboro.tn.gov, and I'll get you started.